Gang, and today we got a weirdo, one of the worst people in the world, speaking down on one of the best people in the world, man. I want to say RIP to a great man. It's Simple the P, man. Rest in peace. We got this weird Ninja Turtle, neck body ass dude speaking down on a great person, man. Now, if you don't know who I'm talking about, man, I'm talking about Hassan Campbell. I'm talking about, can you give me a massage African man by the Campbell, man? What the fuck are you doing talking about Sinful the P, bro? Look, at the end of the day, you came on here, you came in this world, you were put on this earth to celebrities, and when that didn't work, But you said moments later that you lived with African Bambaataa. So how the fuck is it impossible for a nigga to live with African Bambaataa and not have sex with him? But you said you used to stay with them, reside, get mailed there. Your bills would be like, bro, you're lying, bro. Now we live in an age where being homosexual is acceptable in a lot of different communities, and in some instances in the black communities. Nobody gives a fuck that you're gay. Nobody gives a fuck that you've been having sex with a grown man since you were 16. Disgusting as that feels to say out of my own mouth, other people don't care. They would sympathize with you. They would empathize with you. They would say you got taken advantage of, or maybe you just knew what you liked from a young age. A lot of people say that's how you're born. You were born that way. It's okay to be gay. You know what I'm saying? For you, you would have a bigger impact on the world if you were just to be truthful instead of getting roasted. Instead of saying, you say, the thing about it is, you try to sneak in, you try to sprinkle in weird ass shit, and then try to pass it off and say that it's some kind of traumatic situation behind that, nigga. What's all this, this shit? Have you ever heard of the condition where you just can't stop going back? Yeah, nigga, I have. It's called having some good dick. That's what happened to my girl. I gave her some good dick, and she just keeps coming back. I can call her all kind of thises and that's and everything that we do that's toxic. 80% of it is because I got some good dick. So yes, I have heard of that condition, nigga. But at the end of the day, you keep on saying that you got taken advantage of, right? But at the end of the day, what do you do to prevent that for other people, for other people's children? Do you start any kind of charities? Do you have any movements? Do you give back? Do you donate? You keep on talking about Sinful the P. The difference between you, there's an infinite amount of differences, but one of the major differences between you and Sinful the P is it's on record, it's Googleable that he's giving back to multiple communities: black, white, Asian, Hispanic, giving back to schools, giving back to the community that he came from, giving back to the viewers who actually reached out monetarily. When the hurricane hit Houston a couple years ago, he gave back. He asked people what they were going through. He asked people if their houses were being destroyed and being affected by the hurricane, and he sent them cash apps directly. The things that he has gone through, he tried to prevent other people going through. You just eat, you just reap off the benefits monetarily and put yourself in a position to be in possession, as Sinful would say. But we don't have any real display of your works, of your love, of you actually trying to prevent people from going through what you went through because you don't give a fuck because you're selfish. You abuse people yourself. You called your wife a crackhead, the same wife that you said makes you think about Africa Bambaataa when you're trying to get sexual with her. Nigga, that's weird. Who the fuck thinks about men when they're trying to have sex with a woman besides a homosexual? Who? Who, I ask? That's, you don't think that's a bit odd? And people are like, oh, he's so brave. Do you remember the first time you got molested? Well, nah, but I can give you details. Nigga, we don't want to hear the details, you weird ass, creepy ass nigga. Why is it so? It's it's like you get off on this shit, on telling people the details. And I walked in the house like a fucking soap opera. I walked in the house and it smelled like booty, and it smelled like booty and Vaseline, and it smelled like booty and Vaseline with a little bit of musk, and it smelled like incense, and they was playing meditation music, and they was watching porn. Nigga, we don't want to hear that, bro. You don't think that's weird? You don't think that's odd for you to just be putting out all the details and very, bro? That's a nigga. The fact that you're not only comfortable enough with giving us such a very spelled out detail of these occasions and these occurrences, It seems like you like it. You had to get graphic. You had to get the Vaseline. You had to get the nigga. You the thing about it is, bro. I could tell you've been in prison because you speak like you have read a lot of Dr. Seuss books. I'm not gonna lie on that. But at the end of the day, why are you trying to appeal to every sense? The touch, and then I tasted the air. It tasted like booty crumbs. It tasted like chocolate, nigga. It smelled, and I heard porn, and then what I saw, like nigga, I don't, bro. Just you don't even. If you're gonna tell it, bro, you don't need to appeal to all five of the senses. And my intuition told me the sixth sense. Who? Damn, my intuition told me that a nigga was listening to pussy popping right before he came over here. Like, bro, what the fuck? I don't want to hear that shit. And it's so sad, bro, because like I said, you keep on talking about preventing the children. Have you organized any kind of movement? Like I said before, have you organized for other people's children to not be traumatized? No, you have not. Massage cat. Can you please give me a massage African man by the Campbell? No, you haven't. You actually, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. I think you molested your own son because you said, "Oh, my son's a transgender." Hey, man, I don't know how old your son is, nigga. At the end of the day, somebody touched your son, and now the nigga's a transgender, and you're okay with that. And I'm assuming that nothing happened to the nigga who molested your son because nothing happened to the nigga who supposedly molested you. I don't even think he got molested. I think you're just lying because you lie. The thing about it is, when I went on live with the saint and the was because I was going to give the people the truth. Now he didn't let me speak and expose. And what way to lie about something big, but to lie about something small first. He got her pregnant when she was 13. She gave birth at 15. And when she was 16, she got her doctorates. Like, nigga, first of all, it's small to it's small to the people, but it's the bigger picture. That's what I was trying to do. It wasn't 13, it was 14. None of that happened. Her ass is my age. She's turned right. But at the end of the day, so you do the math, right? But at the end of the day, if you lie about something small, you will lie about something big. If you lie about this one thing, then who does not prevent other people who got famous, who has money, talking about you been having money before YouTube. Okay, good for you. Possibly. But if you stay with him, confused, you were just so as did it make sense? You let a nigga pull his dick out and put his penis lubricated in between your. Do you know how long that takes to anticipate what's gonna happen? Do you understand that that's weird? And you said, I just thought it was all a part of the game. Nigga, what game? What the fuck game did you. The what? What? Nigga, what are you talking about, bro? If you want to be a homosexual, that's on you, bro. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Nobody, gay guys out here, that's killers, that's thugs, that do what you want to do, that do what you have done. It's an abundance of homosexual thugs and gangsters and people that have gone through a lot of shit in that sexual realm, bro, with men and women. But for you to lie when there's people out here who have really actually been authentically molested and touched and raped and have been fucked up mentally, for you to lie about something like that is horrible. It's disgusting. You've been to prison already, nigga. That's some shit. All these females, all these bitches out here that lie on niggas' names talking about they got raped. I had a fucking, my mom had a friend and he used to call the crib all the time. And she never actually told me who this person was. Everybody else who used to call the phone and she couldn't talk, she would tell me to answer the phone, say hello, who's calling please? She's actually busy at this moment. Can I take a message? But she didn't let me do that for that friend. This nigga ran a train on a white girl, right? Suburb. It was some suburb of Chicago. The police caught them. She was embarrassed. She said they were um, taking advantage of her. She was not willingly having sex. Right. She later announced to the world that she lied. She was just embarrassed, and she didn't want her father to find out. That's what it always is. Bro, that doesn't speak very well about your projects at all. I would have never said anything like that, even if I knew that was true. Why would you say some shit like that? Are you on the in the world? There's nowhere in the world where that could be true. If it's supposed to be this tough and rough in an urban community setting, that doesn't make sense. And if it, I can't even, I couldn't even say. And if it did, there's nothing really to say after that because it's not fucking true. Or what happens to people after they speak about the dead? You don't have any FVG ducks. You don't have any King Vines. You don't have any examples at all of what happens when you put negative energy towards people that can defend themselves. That's some bully shit. I can understand why you turn to bullying people because you've been bullied. It's just written all over your face, bro. Your mom beat you up. Now, not how you said it in a different way. My mom, when I was 15 years old, instead of going to the mall, instead of going to, back to school, instead of going to the homie's house, you went to African Bambata's house. And the first time you saw someone at all, it doesn't. And the fact that you, like I said, that that doesn't happen to anybody else's child. That happened to your own child. I believe you made that happen in your child's life. If it did happen, I think you did it. Somebody who says they think about being molested when they're having sex with their own wife, I think will molest their own child. I'm pretty, I believe that. That makes sense. So the fact that you just take your YouTube money and you don't make sure this goes on, this does not, that you speak on the dead, that you say so much negativity about Chicago. I have roots in Chicago. I was born in Chicago. I moved from Chicago when I was 10 to Atlanta, and I moved back to Chicago when I was 19 until I was 20 something. Then I moved back. I had a warrant for a very long time, and I moved to Joliet, Illinois when I got out of jail in 2018, and I just moved to LA last October. So I have a lot of love for Chicago, right? Family, still there. Everybody, for the most part. You don't, or you wouldn't call them that. I don't think you would. I'm trying to bring, man. I'm trying to get these negative spirits out this bitch. You sound identical to these fucking drill rapper artists, bro. You don't sound any different. You're putting out the negativity that you're trying to prevent. That's like you're on some bully weirdo shit. A page out of your Bible, and then you study these people that you hate and use their same terminologies, use their same slang, talking about I have my Bible, I was gonna pray for him, nigga. That only shows me further people that have been molested or raped themselves, and then you spun it and you took their money and you spent it on everything but making sure that that didn't happen. If something were to happen to me like that, and I was putting out messages to grasp people's attention, I would do something, not something, I would do everything to make sure that that didn't happen to other people. Okay? The videos that I put out before were about how to stay out of jail if you were try to do something illegal, how to not get killed, how to not get harmed, how to not backtrack, how to actually come up off of that, how to not have to keep going back to that situation. That's what I did because I had a real love for what I was doing, and I understood the struggle of putting yourself out there in that way and making money in a way that's not necessarily legal. So I put the information out there on how to not go to jail. I was having suicidal thoughts, being depressed. I tried to take my own life at some point, twice. You know what I did after I figured out how to not do that ever again? I put the information out there to help other people stay alive during situations where they might feel suicidal. I have stayed on the phone for hours with people that were suicidal, that really, really, really wanted to not be here. And I made sure to the best of my ability that they not only did not kill themselves, but that they thrived in life after that. One of them's a doctor. because I know how hard it is to go through situations like that. When I was out there trapping, and remember that her son is not here because he was just pressed. He just didn't have any way of dealing with this situation that he took his own goddamn life, bro. I'm sitting in a room with a grill lit. In a room with a grill lit, laying on my bed, listening to Amy Winehouse. I taped a whole bunch of pictures to the ceiling because I wanted to see my family as I left this world. And she says, son, it's not even that bad. And I stopped. I opened the door, left the room, went outside, and smoked a cigarette and drank a beer. And I'm still here. Do you know the strength that had to come from my mother? You know what? I don't even want to talk about this anymore, to be honest. To be honest. Because now I'm getting emotionally involved because I'm thinking about myself. And it's not about me at all. It's about this. It's about African Bambaataa. Can I please get a massage, Campbell? It's about that nigga. It's about Thighs Campbell. It's about Miss Thighs. Talking down on Sinful the people. Embarrassed you. Talking about somebody who has made you contemplate suicide, who has made you feel like a horrible person, who has made you feel like a bad father, who has made you feel like a weirdo. You weird ass being weird or homosexual to a lot of people, right? But the fact that you lied about a nigga molesting you multiple times, millions of times, for thousands of hours on the internet openly, and the nigga didn't sue you yet. You should be thankful for that. You lied about that, and then you just describe the life of a homosexual, and then you make fun of people for being homosexual. But then you say this, you have the same doctrine, you have the same ministry. Why would you? Why would you do that? I just think about a man when my wife is touching me. If you say it like that, you don't think that's weird? I think about a man. My wife makes me think about sexual experiences with a man. Say it like that. That's what gay guys go through. That's what gay guys go through. I don't have a problem with gay people. My father is gay. My father. The man that nutted in my mom to make me, yes, homosexual, gay as hell. He was married to a man for like 10 years. That nigga's gay as fuck. Roderick L. Hister. Look him up. He's an assistant principal in Atlanta. Gay. Gay. Gay! But he told the world at some point. He told the world. I don't know if the nigga got molested. He never told me anything like that. But the gayest shit, besides hearing Hassan Campbell say that when a woman touches him, he thinks of a man, the gayest me that I heard in the forever. He said, you know what? I'm not gonna say all of that because I don't think he would appreciate that. But he told me the story. Let's just say that he told me the story of how he found out he was gay, and I was disgusted to the core. He told me this when I was 17 years old. I was disgusted. I wanted to. My hands were shaking. I wanted to cry. I still, in the like, I don't even know. That was inappropriate as fuck. But at the end of the day, if that's how you feel, G, that's how you not G. If that's how you feel, Miss, that's how you feel. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I can't take the. It's nothing I could do. I can't beat the gay out of you. I can't shoot the gay out of you. I can't hang the gay out of you. I can't tax the gay out of you. You're just gay, and it's that's what you want. Except for God, except for that man upstairs. You know what I mean? I got gay people in my family besides my dad. They told me they were gay, and you know what? I just went past it, and I treated them like they were what I was going. I mean, I treated them as if they were when I met them. Exactly, man. Exactly, Colin, man. Long live the. Like I said in the first video, there's no real normal people that's respectable in this world that just openly like a stoner teenager, like somebody with no responsibilities in this world, like somebody who just loves the song "It's Raining" themselves to what they could have been, like fucking Hassan gay ass Campbell, like fucking like see, that's the LAPD. They're looking for African man body right now since you got molested. I just called 911 and told them that African man body molested you. That's why so many helicopters fly. But at the end of the day, weird people like Flocka from No Jumper. It's not any normal people that have real lives that are mentally healthy that just openly hate Sinful to be on YouTube. That says a lot. Everybody who hates on sin has mental health issues. People who make videos about Sinful to P all have that same thing in common. Two, one, what's wrong with me? One, they're homosexuals. Shout out to the gays. And two, they have mental health issues. A nigga that dropped out of Berkeley, no, excuse me, graduated from Berkeley, that has all this information on how to build businesses and be a millionaire, but you turn to be a pimp because a homosexual gave you a book called Pimp by a nigga named Iceberg Slim. That doesn't make any sense, nigga. A fat dude on No Jumper that wishes he was a woman, and a nigga that was in a relationship with one of the pioneers of hip hop that went to prison for years for killing somebody. Colin says, and I noticed that they make a lot of videos like that a lot on other YouTubers. They just have a hateful spirit. It's not even. I don't think they're. They just really. I mean, they don't have any talent, bro. They don't have any talent, and they don't have any other way of doing anything with, with their lives to be able to generate views. That's easy because negativity weighs more than positivity in this world, bro. I will say this. No, I'm no Sinful to P, but I can give you some information, right? So, as it states in the Bible, this is Satan's world. That can be taken in a lot of different ways. What I heard someone say, shout out to Ram Hotep, spiritual teacher, how he interpreted that is, how I interpret that is as well. Saturn has the magnetism. Saturn is the closest planet to this planet, to Earth, that has a magnetic pull that is so great, right? And the materials and the gases that Saturn is made of, when it vibrates towards the human psyche, it makes us feel and think certain things. Because we are so close to Saturn, it influences us more than our own moon. The gravitational pull towards Saturn influences the psyche more than any other planet, including the moon. Even though the moon, we can see the moon, we can't see Saturn, but that's how big and influential it is. That's what that means to me in the Word of God when it says that this is Satan's world, because our psyche is influenced by the matter on Saturn. Okay, that's what I think. If you want to do the research on that, you can. I don't want anybody calling me a pseudoscientist or saying I'm lying. You do the research. As Sin would say, don't believe me, believe the research. But at the end of the day, man, I don't want to keep talking about this weirdo. I want to drink my beer. I want to even out and smoke the rest of these nasty ass cigarettes. Simple to pee with so horribly, so disgustingly. All right. So it's Aaron Moses. I want everybody to get a bottle of Fiji water. It's only $3. It's only $3. Get a bottle of Fiji water. I'm gonna give you some more information before I go. Get a bottle of Fiji water and pour three-fourths of it out and drink the rest of it. Why do we do this? Because in spirituality, when you acknowledge the ancestors, which simply feeds my ancestor, because the word ancestor really means past loved ones. It doesn't necessarily mean that they were related to you by blood. I am in love with Jimi Hendrix music. Jimi Hendrix is my ancestor. Okay, Amy Winehouse, my ancestor. Anybody that you love that dies is your ancestor. Okay, including the elements, including music, movements, people, places, and things. Animals are your ancestor. Plants, right? Fiji water out for him. Okay. Long live Simple to P. Long live King Sin. Long live Sin the Goat. And fuck Hassan Campbell. Bitch. Peace.